So you've been doing everything right? You're eating better, moving more. You've even lost maybe a little bit of weight, but now you're hitting a wall. Nothing is working, and those last few stubborn pounds, they just are not coming off. So best-selling author Dr. Ian Smith is back to help you break through that plateau with his new book, of course, The Last 15. Good morning to you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yes, indeed. Let's talk about it. Why are those last 15? Why are they so hard to lose? And why do you think we maybe go into quick fixes and they end up failing?
Sure. Well, first of all, people should realize that having difficulty losing those last 15 pounds is not a bad thing. You hit a plateau, you've been losing weight, you can't get the last 10 to 15 off. It's your body sending you a message that you've been winning. So the body doesn't want to lose weight naturally. The body wants to hold on to energy, not expend energy. So you've been losing weight. The body says, I have figured out a defense to your offense. So now I'm going to fight back. So it's not that you've been doing something wrong, you have to do a different right, okay? So when people are losing weight, they tend to consume the same number of calories even as they get smaller. As you get smaller, you require fewer calories. You need to drop your calorie consumption so you maintain that calorie deficit. The second thing that happens is people tend to think, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm just gonna eat like one meal a day, right? I'm gonna really cut down drastically. And that will work up to a point. But what happens is your body says, wait, hold on for a second. I'm not getting food in a regular fashion. It switches into starvation mode. When the body does that, it takes your fat cells and instead of burning your fat for energy, it hibernates the cells, it holds on to it. So there is a real scientific reason why we hit plateaus, but people just need to do something different.
Okay, interesting. I'm glad that you cleared it up and really broke it down and explained it to us, because I think a lot of the times when we do hit that plateau, it's more of a mental thing where we're like, okay, but I'm glad you said sometimes we just have to switch up the journey a little bit. I think we get used to our routine and we're like, okay, it's working, but our body's like, okay, no, I want something new. So you say this is not a diet book though.
No.
This is more of making it flexible for everyone. How do you go about that?
This is a very customizable meal plan, okay? It's not a diet book. It's not where you're throwing everything out. You're gonna be eating food you've probably been eating already, probably already in your kitchen. But what I get people to do is I get them to combine the nutrients in a way that it will reset their metabolism, will stabilize their blood sugars, and then prime their body for fat loss. So it's a 7-week program. We have a group on Facebook that people should join. It's called The Last 15 Group on Facebook. 15,000 people doing it. And what I've learned from the group, and I do Zoom sessions every week, we exchange recipes. What I learned from the group is that people aren't just using it for the last 15, they're using it for the first 15 also.
I know that's right. Listen, because I need support in the beginning of the journey too.
That's right. So people are using it at different stages of the weight loss journey, but they love the flexibility of the foods. They're affordable, they're flexible, and people like that they can actually make adaptations as they need to.
Right, in community, right? You get to lean on other people who are doing the same things as you. I want to go back to what you said, because week 1 is metabolism, and I want to make this as easy for everyone at home, right? So if you could give an example of one day of meals, what does that look like?
Sure. For example, on week 1, if you wanted to have a dinner, you could have, for example, salmon, which is my favorite fish. Omega-3s, good for your heart, good for your brain. But salmon and asparagus and roasted sweet potatoes would be a great one. Here we have people who sometimes are having waffles and turkey bacon. Absolutely. Yes, you can even have pizza.
I can have waffles?
You can have pizza and you have waffles. Yes. So these are, guac and chips, but it's also the portion control. So the book doesn't ask you to count calories. I do all that for you. But the book gives you 10 different meal options for each meal. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, you have 10 options, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, you like meat, there's something there for you.
Nice. Okay, let me ask you this, because we talked about it last week, if you guys remember. We talked about protein and how it's all the rage and it is everywhere. And everybody's using it and dumping it into their shakes. Is this a good route to take?
Well, I'm glad the country has finally decided. Many of us have been saying this for a long time, that protein is underrated and underconsumed. Protein's important. Why? The body has a more difficult time digesting protein, which means you feel full for a longer period of time. You burn more calories. It's also the basis of muscle. The producer here, Carla Coe, has been a friend of mine for many years.
Yes, she is.
Right, bodybuilder. Carla knows that to build muscle, you have to consume protein. So particularly for women, more women need to eat more protein, need to build more muscle. It boosts your metabolism to the roof. The reason why men tend to lose weight faster than women is not because they're better, it's because they have more muscle mass, and that just eats up calories, even while you're sitting.
There Very good. Okay, ladies, did you hear that? It's not just us. They're not superior, okay? They just
No.
have a little bit more muscle than
That's
us
right.
eating it up. Tell me, exercise. I
Yeah.
know it's incredibly important. How often should we be doing it? What does it look like as far as the book goes?
In the last 15, I say 90 minutes of cardio throughout the week, of moderate intensity cardio at least. 60 minutes of strength training or resistance training. That means bands, machines, or free weights. By the way, but you really have to lift weight. The 2 and 3 pound dumbbells, not
It's
gonna
not
work.
doing it.
No, you gotta really challenge your muscle. 60 minutes, you can break it up to 3 sessions of 20 minutes, 4 sessions of 50 minutes, whatever works. But you have to be consistent. The 3 C's, you gotta be committed, have to challenge your muscles, and you have to be consistent. And people in the Facebook group who are doing the workout on top of the nutritional changes, they're losing the most weight.
They're getting
fastest.
through that last
Yeah.
15,
That's
indeed.
right. That's
Very
right.
good. Tell me, where can we get the book?
Yeah, so the book is everywhere, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. But definitely join our Facebook group. Get the book, join the Facebook group. It's called The Last 15 Group, and I'm in the group helping you for free get through all of this.
This is awesome. Dr. Ian, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Love being
You've
here.
reset somebody's solutions
Yes.
this morning, resolutions this morning. Very good.
Thank you,
Thank
Erin.
you so much.